the station for the students and the show for everyone. Officially live, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. WSTU Radio, the #1 source for digital entertainment in the AUC. We're back, y'all, with Officially Live, and I'm your boy, Jordan Live.
I'm your girl, Shekayla, Janelle.
It's your boy, Only.Mari.
All right, y'all, if you don't know already, it is SGA campaign week, and of course, we wouldn't be Officially Live if we didn't bring some candidates in the building. So, let you guys, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
Tell the people who you are.
What's cracking, y'all? My name is Chris Jackson. I'm running for undergraduate vice president. I am a junior social work major. What's up, y'all?
Hey, we're glad to have you.
Hey everybody, my name is William Burnette. I'm a sophomore business administration major running for SGA undergraduate vice president.
All right. William gave us that real distinguished
voice.
He means business. Let me loosen up my tie a little bit.
Let me add some bass.
Okay.
I serve the bass.
So how has y'all, your campaign run been going? Because it's been real live on the promenade. It's been, everybody's been, doing a lot.
I'm going to say this year's a little bit different because I was on a campaign team last year versus running my own campaign team. So things are definitely starting off a lot slower than I thought. You think at 10 o'clock, boom, everyone's in the promenade, but it's kind of getting used to. So for me, it's definitely giving me a little bit of leeway so I can group the team together and figure out, okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's reinforce some things and then just get to it. It's going by really fast, though, especially today.
Well, praise God for it going by fast. I'm going to be very transparent. It is a struggle, and it is very stressful putting together a campaign. I want you guys to know that this is basically us putting together a vision that we want ultimately the university to see. Mm-hmm. And so when you're putting together a vision or, something that you want people to believe in, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of connects, a lot of money. It's not a cheap thing, and it can become very stressful for us. So, there are going to be times where we have our downs, but for me, it's been up so far. I think when you're doing anything genuinely and through love, it's kind of like I'm just, it's not rehearsed. So for me, it's not, something where I got to put on something or put on a facade for you all, something that I really believe in. So that's why for me, it's kind of been a more smooth transition. Today was Fire Squad 2 through 3 days. So had a fire truck out on the promenade. What fire do you want to put out on the campus? Because ultimately the fires can either deteriorate us and make us not be here in 10 years, or we could put them out now. We could still be here 15 years from now. So that was my focus for the people today.
So what do you feel is because you both are running for SGA vice president, so what do you feel is your ultimate goal? Like, why did you choose to run for vice president?
Ultimately, I wanted to run for SGA vice president because we have a lot of power on this campus. But, there's situations around us that say otherwise. And definitely just making sure that, everyone's involved and that if we're in these organizations, then definitely these organizations should have a voice. And my platform is definitely focusing on getting it all together so that when SGA comes to administration with these are the issues, you have multiple people saying the same thing on different fronts.
Right.
And that's the whole point.
I ran for vice president because vice president, what I've learned over the years is that president is more of a political role in the sense of the duties that fall on the president, and vice president is more of a social role. It's all about the social engagement with the student body, understanding what it is that they want, what it is that they need, and ultimately doing what you can to get the job done to give the people what they want. And so what I've noticed since I've been here, since my freshman year, is that we have really good moments at CAU where people are actually, voices are being heard, but some way along the lines we fall off. And I feel like everybody's voice is not being heard. And so throughout my platform, which is reinstating self-love, school pride, and service, ultimately, I have a few initiatives that I feel like can, change the game.
Okay. All right. So, president-wise, other candidates, who are you, who do you have your eye on? Who do you think will definitely get your vote?
It's tough because both Chris and I both know all three of them. All three of them are in the honors program, which I'm a member of. So it's definitely tough to choose. But the way I'm looking at it is I'm not looking at how I knew you before. I'm looking at your platform, what parts does it complement, and what parts does it contrast? Because it's important to do things differently.
Oh, that was a great thing that he just said. It's important to look at what complements. Because you got to understand, I just told y'all about the vision, right? Sometimes you have people with visions that align, and sometimes you have people with visions that kind of ain't going in the same direction that you're going. And that's very imperative to make sure that president and vice president at least are on. Be it that your strong suit may be academia and mine may be social, that's a compromise. That's a balance right there. But if you over here, going, a little crazy on the left, a little and I'm over here trying to get the job done for the people, and you ain't. It's not gonna work. But ultimately, so far, like you said, I know all three candidates. Me and William know each other on a very personal level. We're both orientation guy brothers. We've been cool since he got on campus. I was his RA, so it's nothing but love. And so far, I kind of feel like pitches and debates is really what is going to be like the determining factor, or the icing. Well, not even icing on the cake, because icing on the cake ain't over until Friday.
You
can't ice your cake until it say what your position is or it isn't.
Right.
So I ain't getting no icing yet, but I'm getting the ingredients together. So I kind of definitely feel like it's imperative to just hear what everybody has to say and listen to everybody. And yes, I have a theme, and Will has a theme, and that was to bring the masses in to pay attention to our message, but. Listen to these messages, because you may not agree with what I'm saying. You may not want to do 223 James Valley Drive. You may want to be Mission Impossible. You may not want to be Purge, but you want to be Fight the Power. You may not want to be none of that. You may want to be PS2. So it's all about hearing people out, meeting them where they're at, and then going.
Yeah. See,
I gotta know these platforms.
You know these
I gotta know.
You gotta know that competition.
Y'all, the OGs are taking over every position.
But everybody new though, bro.
Everybody is like, everybody that's an OG is like, yup, I'm running. You gonna see me some more. I think that's really cool though. No, it's like, that's really nice what they're doing. I heard somebody say like, I can't even be on the campaign team. Like, all of my OG brothers and sisters.
And that's real, because we all love each other. But I feel like because we're OGs, we're trained literally to love our institution. Like we learned so much about it, so that we have nothing but respect for it, if that makes sense. And so because of that, it's kind of like, if we ain't trying to make nothing shake, then that's a problem. Because we see the incoming freshmen, we hear that concern. So we ain't trying to, that's a problem.
We want to make it better for them.
And at the end of the day, I would rather run against an orientation guy, because you look at it like, so especially like when it comes to Miss CAU, of course SGA VP, I've had people looking like, geez, y'all need to kind of like control this a little bit, but we don't do that because it's genuine. We are that core group of campus leaders, so at the end of the day, someone's OG is going to be SGA VP and Miss CAU. So
and most importantly, I'll try to stress to people that I hate the fact that since I've been here for 3 years, people turn campaign week into such a negative thing. It's a beautiful thing. We're all black, we're all educated, and we all trying to run for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something that back home, ain't nobody can he even have the opportunity to be a president. You know what I'm saying? They still in the streets. So you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a great thing that we're on a historically black college and university trying to make something shake. Ultimately, who knows? Will may try to run for president of the United States, and he started here. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But all of this throwing shade, being negative, it's kind of like crabs in a barrel. But it's like, why? It's like, why?
I don't know. I really enjoy campaign week. Like, I really love campaign week because it shows the good vibes of CAU. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't see that, and when they come over here, like, people that's across the gates, the Ace, like Spark House or whatever, they come across the gates.
Don't do that,
and they see like how we are on their campaign week, because their campaign week was totally different. Like, the vice presidents, the people that was running for VP over there, they were like,
some of them couldn't get along.
Yeah, and they couldn't even be in the same room with each other.
But that's sad. That's problematic in itself, simply because at the end of the day, me and Will have one common thing. And this is how I look at it. We both trying to make a change. Now, the difference is it's the way we're going about it.
Exactly.
It's the vision.
That's what I'm
saying. I feel like if he win, he's still trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's not going to stop me from trying to make a difference. It's just, if it was for me, it wasn't going to miss me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it's kind of just like, why? Like I said, we were bros before, we were bros after. We OGs. We still on 101G.
Yeah. Exactly.
One of my favorite strolls he created. The man is very creative. He, contrary to what people think, he's so creative. So I respect it. Go for what you want to do. Don't let nobody stop you.
Yeah. So have y'all haven't had y'all debate yet?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Okay, that's good.
So what's happening tonight? I heard
there's the class council debates.
Like RHA. Are they doing it?
No, it's just class
House
council.
of Delegates. So that's charades.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you have the people who are running for like class representatives, the student body representatives, and then you have junior class presidents, vice presidents, senior class presidents, so all of them are going to be debating tonight.
You got OGs running for that too, so it's...
OGs are running.
Anybody catch the debates last night? Because I heard it was...
Yeah, I went.
I heard about that debate.
Tell us about it if you were there.
Well, they're all my sisters. I love them all. I support them all, and you guys all go be great.
Heard it was a shady bunch.
If you want to explode and be bomb, go for Alicia McLeod. If you want to be dope, go for Daya. If you want to be the Renaissance, go for Zoe Paris McDowell. And if you want to have that crown and wear your crown and be your queen and be your king, go for Kayla Walker.
You better know those platforms, Chris. You
better
know. You better know those platforms.
I love them all. I love them all. I love everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody
I wish I would have caught them because I heard it was out of control.
The only ones that are really clashing, you have
the presidents,
the
vice presidents,
and then like I know for the senior class, well, the juniors going to be seniors. I know there's 2 people running for VP.
Yeah, and 2 people running for president.
So you got LJ
and in 2017 we get it cracking. You know, our debates. You know, we want to know why. That's how we are. Right. You know, we ain't one of them just vote because you look good. Nah, we don't do that. Right.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I can't wait. Tomorrow, right? What time? You know what time?
6 until
6. Okay, that's cool. Any closing remarks, y'all? Anything y'all want to tell them where to follow y'all at? Okay. You know, shout yourselves out real quick before we sign off.
All right, so definitely, you know, stop by both of our tables because it's important to get, you know, both views. Definitely attend the speeches and debates. Convince and tell everyone else to vote because you need that turnout.
Yeah.
Especially. And, well, my Instagram kind of changed it to a little campaign Instagram. So that's WB4SGAVP. And that's just purely Instagram.
Okay, Instagram. All right. The message I'll leave with anybody, honestly, if anybody's listening, is just to do what you love, do what you do. Ultimately, that's what we all have in common. And, you know, come out to the tables, listen to what we have to say, listen to our different initiatives, and hopefully you side with one. It's very imperative that you all vote simply because these are the people that are going to be in the forefront. These are people that's going to be representing you. So if you don't vote for no reason, vote because ultimately if there's a change that's made, you can't get mad because you ain't vote. You know what I'm saying? My Instagram name is actually Christopher Jackson 2_, just Christopher Jackson 2_.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming by the show. We wish y'all luck on the campaign.
Keep it locked.
Yep.